Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy Full Armor, and today we're going to talk about the UFC versus ONE championship. We're going to do a little bit of comparing and contrasting. All right, let's get into it. Recently, the president of ONE FC, Chatri, as he goes by, um, he commented on how UFC fighters that have moved into ONE FC has had trouble as of late. Three of those fighters being Demetrius Johnson, Sage Northcutt, and Eddie Alvarez. Two of them former UFC champions, Eddie Alvarez and Demetrius Johnson. Chatri is using this as a reason to say that ONE championship fighters are top tier talent and should probably be more respected and recognized worldwide in the MMA community. Talent is only one aspect that we're going to cover here today. But overall, we're just going to start with the UFC first, right? One thing the UFC has over ONE championship is its name value. At the end of the day, with the UFC being the biggest MMA promotion in the world, at the same time being one of the oldest and longest running promotions with its illustrious history, they have tremendous pull internationally and in the places where it matters. A few examples of where I would say it matters majorly will probably be the US, obviously, England, Brazil, maybe Japan a little bit. This leads to a lot of fighters just wanting to go to the UFC more than anything else. And to be honest, it's not just fighters, fans too. Talk to a hardcore MMA fan in the US and ask them the top three promotions. To them, it would probably be the UFC first, then Bellator, and a third probably being PFL, you know? I use US fans because I would say fans in the US make up most of the market. Another thing about the UFC which puts it at top is the simple fact that they have the most iconic fighters in the sport's history. From Randy Couture, whose name you can't say without the UFC, to the without a doubt future legends like Israel Adesanya and Francis Ngannou. We all know there's been controversy over fighters paying the UFC, but speaking from a fighter's perspective, if you make it big in the UFC, then you've made it big. Look at George Masvidal. 3 to 4 years ago, he was not as rich as he is now. But now I'm pretty sure he's a millionaire. All because he knocked out Ben Askren and he said something catchy after punching somebody in the face 3 times. He hasn't even won a belt if you don't want to count the BMF, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't want to count. So another major positive with the world leader MMA, that being the UFC, is his prospect of opportunity. You just gotta work hard to get it, like Dana White says. A major reason why I would say ONE can compete easily with the UFC, especially in the category of pure entertainment, is because of its multi-sport format. They have MMA, Muay Thai, shout out to all the Thai practitioners out there, kickboxing. So if you're looking for a variety, then you're in for a treat with ONE. Also, it's not like the fighters have to compete across all 3 sports. You will literally have one fighter being the champion kickboxing and Muay Thai, or one fighter being the champion MMA and Muay Thai. Or you could just have a fighter being the champion MMA, whichever one. On top of that, ONE has an extra weight class as compared to the UFC. That weight class being women's atomweight, an idea that's been floated around in the UFC but has yet to come to fruition, which is probably because a lot of people wouldn't view it as exciting enough. If people complain about men's flyweight not being exciting when it was first introduced to the UFC, then women's atomweight will catch hell. Demetrius Johnson, Sage Northcutt, and Eddie Alvarez have all caught L's in ONE. The most devastating and well-known of these being the losses that Sage Northcutt has acquired. Only one loss, to be honest, but that one loss was literally face-breaking. It was a face-breaking defeat against Cosmo Alexandre, and the most recent being Demetrius Johnson's defeat to Adrian Moraes, the current ONE flyweight champ. Truth be told, though, it hasn't been all bad. Demetrius Johnson is the flyweight Grand Prix champion at the moment, which a title he earned in 2019. Overall, those three fighters I mentioned, Eddie Alvarez, Sage Northcutt, and Demetrius Johnson, altogether they have a record of 4 wins and 5 losses and 1 no contest. But overall, there's been 8 fighters from the UFC that have signed to ONE FC, and the record put together for all 8 is 9-9. So UFC alumni have been having trouble in ONE. So for some people to say that the talent in ONE FC is not there would be kind of crazy. The stats show that it's there. It's pretty undeniable once you look at something like that. I'm pretty sure you could look at more stats to get a better overall picture, but we're just going to keep it simple here for today. It's Sunday. I want to eat my Sunday dinner, all right? Overall, though, the question of which one is better is subjective. If you're in the Western Hemisphere and most of the world, then you probably think the UFC is better. But if you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, specifically East Asia, then ONE dominates. Some ONE champs are bona fide superstars in their East Asian countries, and they've probably never touched a Western promotion at all. Some fighters from ONE that I think you guys should check out would be Edward Folayang, Rodtang, Brandon Vera, Shinya Aoki, among others. Point is, Angela Lee. Point is here, though, good fighters on their end, plenty of entertaining fights, especially in the Muay Thai category. Alright, Full Armor is out.